Welcome back to the Morning Blend. Some people wake up in the morning and exercise. They run, lift weights, maybe a little yoga. But our next guest exercised by writing an essay every day for 365 consecutive days.
Later, David Haznaw created this book. It's a year in words about his life and observation on everyday things. He didn't ride in the woods. We are happy to welcome David to the yellow couch.
That's another book.
Yeah, it could be the next one.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, the R's don't come out. You know?
I get it. Yeah. That's why I write and I don't speak.
Exactly, right? So we'll put you to the test, too. So you put together this idea that every single day you had the discipline to get up and write an essay.
Well, I needed something that gave me some accountability. I'm a writer by trade and I write for other people, and I think whenever you're in kind of a creative business, the last thing you do is create something for yourself. And so Joe and my wife and I hatched this scheme one night on the deck where decided, okay, I needed to have some accountability. So I decided I would get up every morning and write kind of whatever was on my mind and reread it once and immediately post it and walk away, and then the next day I would do it again. And I thought
on a blog or on social media?
Yeah, it was a blog. It was a website. I created a website, ayerinwords.com, and that was the only way I figured that I would keep it going.
Yeah.
Because I had to be accountable.
And I wonder, as I think about what do you write about each day? So, you know, some days it might be like, I'm really hungry, or I don't feel good, or maybe it's like, shoot, I didn't work out yesterday, and now I feel really guilty. But for you, how did you try to start? What nugget started each essay each day?
It was just that. It was a nugget. And sometimes it was like, because my thing was I didn't want to plan any of these. I didn't want to write anything in advance. I wanted it to be strictly organic and in the moment. Kind of the writing version of seeing a live band versus listening to, you know, recorded, produced music. And so it could be that. I heard a sound outside my window before I got up, and we'd start with that. Or a word or a thought would come into my head, or I'd recall, you know, one of my experiences in Cub Scouts. And I just start.
Yeah. I read that one. Wasn't that about drowning?
Well, there are several. It's a 5-part series on my failed Cub Scout. Adventures, and one of them, I don't want to make it over dramatic, but one of them did involve a near drowning. But you know, I'm here.
Right.
Yeah, you're here. So I think a lot of people say it sounds so simple. It just sounds, you know, like not to do it every day and have the discipline, but the stories behind each writing. And I think that's the bigger picture here, right? Is that everybody has something to say, and that seems like that's a big message you want to share.
Yeah, I kind of do. I mean, you know, because people I've talked to have even said who either read the essays on the website or who have read the book, they'll say, oh my God, you know, these stories are, you know, you have all these stories. I'm like, we all have the same stories. In a certain way, right? And it's really just the everyday things that happen to us. It's, you know, there's one in here where, you know, I write about what I find in my pockets every day, because I'm this person, you know, everything goes in my pocket and then I throw it out in the garbage. You know, but it could be that, or it could be, you know, a day that I hit my head, or it could be, you know, or it could be a memory that cropped up about one of my family members or things like that.
But the memory didn't come after the day you hit your head.
Probably not, no. And in fact, the stuff you were talking about earlier about what guys forget, I've forgotten all of it.
Yeah, right. And you didn't even know there were flowers.
Right.
So I just, from chapter 11, to give people an example, the title is I Didn't Get the Job. And it was an article that you had read, and it was things not to do at a job interview. And what I thought was hilarious about this is, first, you kind of make the point that some things are ridiculous. They're as ridiculous as telling your new boyfriend that he shouldn't wear his underwear outside of his pants when he meets your parents, is what you say. But then you go through the don'ts, and some of them are things like don't be clueless about the company, don't talk too soon about money, great advice. But my favorite was don't forget to prepare questions in advance, because I think that's something a lot of people forgot. But it's a little bit of a how-to at times.
Well, a little bit, and to be, you know, full disclosure, I did rip that off from another article, like you said, an article I read, only so that I could get to my personal story of a job that I didn't get, which involved my only suit, my best friend and cousin, Mike, who appears a lot in the book, and a 1-pound container of cheddar cheese spread.
Oh yeah, I love it. We ran out of time. Right. What I love is I do think we learn most often from the jobs we don't get than sometimes the one we do. It's great to meet you. Thanks for being here today and sharing it with us. You have a couple of events coming up, which is really exciting. 2 of them local, and then I know a little bit later you're in Madison. So you're at Tribeca Café and Books, which is on Main Street in Watertown, where you're from, September 14th at 10. And then Peace Yoga Studio and Wellness Center. It's great. Menomonee Falls on Friday, September 20th at 6:30. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Great to meet you.